Am I on there too? I should get
Sure,
behind you. You
sure.
see? Oh, you don't see me.
Yes.
You need to read the visuality between us a little bit. Hoppa. Maybe. Oh, yeah.
Great. Yeah, okay. So, hello world. And I'm Alex from Visuality System. Today we are talking about the importance of security of SMB 311 protocol in managed file transfer solution. We have Joe Bailey here with us.
Hi, Alex.
Hey, Joe is the experienced Java developer. Hi, Joe. So, please tell us what is managed file transfer.
Okay. Managed file transfer, or MFT, takes up a little bit less space, is a buzz phrase actually for it refers to a type of technology for managing the transfer of data in a managed fashion. That is to say, it includes such things as logging, it includes auditing, transferring files back and forth. It doesn't define. It is not an implementation in and of by itself. It's a type of technology, and there are different companies that have implemented such frameworks. The protocol that is used under the covers for managing, or actually for transferring the data, this is not defined in MFT. Typically, you may find SFTP, Secure FTP, as one of the underlying protocols. Alternatively, one might find SMB, which is what we're talking about here, as a protocol of choice.
What is actually what is SMB and how does it fit in managed transfer solution equation?
Okay, so SMB has been around for quite a while. Anybody who has a Windows box and has opened up a folder on another machine and is dragging a file from the local machine to the other machine, or from the other machine to the local machine, is using SMB under the covers. So SMB is on every single Windows box that is out there, in every version of Windows. And it also is available on Linux, on Unix. It's also available, it is also on Mac, and virtually I would think just about every operating system has SMB, and it fits nicely into the MFT environment because of its being so ubiquitous on so many different machines, specifically already there in the Windows environment. You don't have to install anything on a Windows server to be able to initiate file transfers from a client.
How does SMB enhances the matter, addresses the matter of security?
So, okay, SMB has over the years progressed in terms of its security. Of course, there is authentication, user password, and this is implemented either via NTLM, or you can use Active Directory. You can also use Kerberos for authentication. In addition, there's also in SMB signing, packet signing, which means that every packet that is sent, every packet that's received is checked for a signature to see that nothing has changed, no bits have been added, changed, etc. And this has been around for quite a while. And the third type of security in SMB would be a very important one, which is, of course, encryption. So SMB supports CCMs, GCM algorithms for encryption, and this, of course, is a major feature of SMB. The last feature is something new called pre-login authentication. When a client initiates a session with a server, the negotiation process that takes place is not encrypted because we're just starting off the communication, and there has been always a question about whether or not something could be some malicious hacking could take place at this point. So this has been added in the latest version of SMB, a feature whereby there is a checksum created on both sides with a secret key on both sides, and this will allow us to allow SMB to identify whether something has changed during the authentication process. So you can see here that SMB has a very robust set of solutions related to security.
How does the latest SMB dialect enhances the methods of security?
Okay, well, SMB in version, okay, the world uses the word version. In the SMB world, we use the word dialect. So SMB dialect 2 is where signing was added. And SMB 3 is where we added encryption. And there are three levels of dialect for version 3, 300, 302, and 311. So in the latest version 311, we have added what I mentioned, the pre-login authentication. This is the newest thing, and it's part of 311, and it adds that extra level of security that makes SMB really quite good.
What are the most important security features of JNQ, the product you're working on?
Okay, so our product, we support all versions of SMB, version or dialect 1, 2, all the variations of version of 2, and all the variations of 3. Okay, Microsoft has come out very strongly against the use of SMB1. In fact, in the newer operating systems of Windows 10, the server-side Windows, 2022, I think it is, SMB1 is in fact disabled by default. It's very insecure, and anyone using Windows XP, where that is the only SMB solution, it's strongly suggested that you don't do that. Change Windows, change your box. But with JNQ, when we saw this as our client software, right, our Java client software, when you start using that, we will start talking to the server, trying to identify what dialect the server supports. We'll start with the highest level of the dialect, which is 311. If the server does not support that, then we'll move over to 302, then 300, etc. So that's the feature of JNQ, is that we will always try to use the highest level of dialect to communicate with the server.
What are the advantages of incorporation JNQ into managed file transfer solution, Jay?
Okay, so JNQ, I think, in my opinion, offers a number of benefits for using that as a solution or part of the solution set for MFT. Number one, JNQ is written in pure Java. We do not use JNI, no C code on the side, pure Java. So if you support Java, which would be on any Windows box, any Unix, Linux box, etc., you already have it. That's number one. Number two, of course, is security, which we just spoke about. MFT, of course, is big on security. You want to be able to transfer files, data in a secure manner. And as I pointed out, I think SMB is a good solution for that. Number three is that we also, JNQ in particular, we use big buffers, megabyte buffers for data transfer, making it very, very efficient. In addition, we also have, I will say that we have a team of programmers that know SMB very well. We know Java very well, and we have a good QA team, 24/7 support, which makes it, I think, a very good choice. And again, as I mentioned earlier, it's very ubiquitous on all Windows boxes. So if you're in a Windows environment, you already have the server side done. You don't have to install anything on your server. You just have to define the shares, etc. And you can use JNQ to communicate with all your servers as underneath the table, so to speak, in your managed file transfer environment.
Good. And we have a question from a live viewer. How about different SMB implementations and compliance in various OSES?
Different SMB implementations and compliance and various. Not sure I follow what the question really implies. We have, I don't think there's a difference in our implementation. Are you speaking specifically of JNQ? Are you speaking in general? SMB, again, our version is implemented on all the platforms in a similar manner. Mac is no different than Windows, is no different than Linux. There are gotchas in each of the operating systems, which J&Q deals with, having to do with, like, for example, DFS, etc. But other than that, there is not really an issue, unless I'm misunderstanding what the question is.
Okay, any other questions here on Reddit? No?
Nothing.
No.
It's a quiet group of people.
So thank you for watching our live event, and follow our YouTube channel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.